Hello, church. It's Drew Shelley here with our daily devotion for Monday, November the 30th, 2020, the last day of November. Our text is from Micah, the prophet Micah, chapter 4, verses 1 through 5, a good text for us to read. And I think we'll call this daily devotion Hopeful. We're hopeful. In keeping with our first Sunday of Advent theme, the lectionary text for today comes to us from this fourth chapter of the prophet Micah. I hope you'll take some time to listen to that or read it. It is another suitably apocalyptic passage, pointing to God's great promise of a world in which weapons of destruction become tools for building, in which disputes are resolved by the presence of the living God, a world in which all people stream to the mountain of our God, in which all people walk in the ways of the Lord our God, and because of that, it is a world in which nobody is afraid. These ancient words still stir hope in our souls, especially as we look out and survey a world in which there is such a need for healing and wholeness. These apocalyptic texts, this one from Micah, the one from Mark we heard yesterday in worship, these texts open our Advent preparation squarely in the middle of the already and not yet nature of God's new creation. We know in our hearts that the birth of Jesus already brought God's new creation to life. It's already here. Yet we know in our minds, hands, and our lives that God's new creation is not yet here in its fullness. It just can't be. Just look around. The great tension of the Advent season is how to live as God's faithful people in this world who are living out God's new creation, which is still unfolding. It's relatively easy to point out all that is wrong with the world. We can all do that. It's even easier to name all the ways in which all will be better on the other side of the river when Jesus returns. The challenge which faces all of us is, how shall we live into this unfolding new creation each and every day? How do we make some daily contribution to the incredible good God is doing in the here and now? It's hard. We get weary, we get frustrated, and most of us secretly enjoy complaining and griping just a little bit. I think God understands a good lament, as long as it doesn't prevent us from rolling up our sleeves and giving ourselves wholeheartedly to the mission of God in the here and now. I am learning in my own life that the real work of discipleship, of following Jesus daily, is figuring out how to not live so much in lament for all that is wrong, that I don't do any good for anybody, and how not to live so much in the sweet by and by that I become too heavenly minded to be any earthly good. It's always harder than I first think, but the answer seems simply to be found in the living Jesus, who is Emmanuel, God with us. I've come to realize that I don't need to understand all that God is doing and how it fits with the great timeline of God's redemption. I just need to be part of what God is doing now, and that is enough. I hope you'll take some time this week to make sure you are aware of all that God is doing in and through our church family. 7 days of service was absolutely incredible, and now our angel tree is up and running, and we're still working on our 2021 ministry investment plan. We desperately need your prayerful help as we discern what God is calling us to do together in the new year. There are 3 links below this video or devotion. 1, the angel tree sign-ups. You can click the link to go straight to those sign-ups and take as many angels as you'd like. We've got hundreds of angels this year. Second is our 2021 Ministry Investment Plan special video and the survey that goes with it. And then the third one, if you need it, is an instructional video to help you navigate the website and those other 2 items I just mentioned. I hope you'll keep each other in your prayers this week and every week. COVID-19 cases are stacking up in our community, and we need each other more than ever. Folks in quarantine can still receive calls, emails, texts, and letters. So let's remember to bless folks with your love and your prayers. I hope you have a great week and know that you are in my prayers each day. I love you very much.